Hello, Mike Bradley here. Hope you are doing well as always. So, it's the end of the year. It's Christmas time. Christmas time is here, and it's the end of another year. And once again, it's been a strange year, a peculiar year. And when you get to the end of a year, and you hear the whole New Year's resolutions, all that kind of stuff, and I've never been one to really, I don't want to say believe in them, but a lot of times we start them and then we get to the end of January and just go back to normality kind of thing. But I am one to reflect on the year just gone, and kind of thinking of every year as like a chapter, and whatever your age is, you're on chapter 22 or 37 or 42 or whatever, And if I remember this time last year, my one thing I wanted to do in particular was release new music, because I do still get lots of messages from people, and it's lovely, and I'm so grateful. And I feel like a stuck record player to myself and to regular viewers as well, because I get messages from people saying, "Oh, do you release music? Have you got music?" And I have. And last year, I remember saying I want to release an EP or a new EP, a new album, get new music out there for 2021. And I haven't. This year's been a funny one. A lot has happened this year for us all, but if I speak for myself, that I've had a lot of personal life kind of goals. I got married this year. I'm now a married man. I have a wife. I am a husband, and that's really cool. And it's been lovely. It changes you a little bit. I would say actually it changes you a lot. Because you're a team. You got a teammate with you now. And she's a great teammate. And if regular viewers, you will know who Mrs. Bradley is, the lovely Laura, and she's great. So, but that took up a big part of this year, because it was meant to be in 2020. We were originally going to get married, but the world stopped big time there, didn't it? So that kind of put a hold on a lot of things, and also financially as well. As you can imagine, weddings are quite expensive, and the thought of trying to record music, it costs money, unfortunately. So that put a hold on things, and then also as well, we've now bought a house, which is incredible. And I still can't quite believe it. We'll be moving in, I think, well, hopefully March next year of 2022. 2022. Can't believe that's a thing. But so, I haven't lived in an actual house, a proper house, with stairs in a long time. 2003, I think. So, I've just been in maisonettes and flats ever since. And, where we are now, which is great, but we're in the UK, this is called a maisonette. And we have a garden, but we'll go downstairs to get in, downstairs, out the door, down an alley, and then we get to our garden that way. And my goal for so long has been able to, wake up, make a cup of tea, open the back door and walk into my garden, and that's a really cool thing, and I'm really excited, nervous, because it's a new area I'm moving to, about 40 minutes away where I'm used to, but it's going to be a really good thing. So for, videos, you're going to see a new room, and finally I'm going to be able to have all my gear in one room, and hopefully in a year or so, depending on finances, be able to build a form of a studio at the house as well, hopefully. So, but yes, so content-wise, you're going to see a new room and hopefully more productivity, yes, going on. As my fellow YouTube friends who are watching, you know, it's tough because you always, how I feel, you want to better your last video. You know, it's a bit like releasing music. You want, you want to do better than your last album. And then with doing YouTube, you know, if you're doing at least one video a week, you know, you every 7 days you want to up it, you know. So, but I'm really looking forward to having a new, not only live in a new house, but have a new space to kind of work in, and have all my gear in one place, because I've got it all sporadic at the moment. So I'm about to have all my guitars in one room. So that's gonna be really cool. So personal life has been kind of a main priority. So I haven't been able to, you know, I haven't played with my, you know, solo band in a long time. So hopefully going into next year, I will finally at some point get round to recording music, you know, and a lot of people who just know me as a guy who teaches or does stuff on YouTube and be able to hear some actual music come out, you know. So that is a big goal for next year, you know, and so not necessarily a New Year's resolution, it's just a goal for 2022. You know, even if I get to December of 2022 and then I finally release something, you know, but if I can do an EP, if it's just a single, you know, so I think it's important just to be, for my own headspace, to keep trying to move forward, you know. And the same thing for YouTube as well, because I take it very, very seriously, and try and have fun with it. And it's great when people are enjoying it. Also, I think we all can do this. We want to get better at our instrument, you know. And the good thing about YouTube for myself is that I can look back at my playing, and I really encourage people to do this, is record yourself play. If you can do it, just a sound bites, great. But if you can do a visual thing, so you can see yourself playing, I think it's a really good thing. And, sometimes when I look back over my playing the last couple of years, I can see I play a little bit different. You know, I feel my bending has changed a bit, and I've really got into kind of vocal bends, as I like to call them. But I still want to play. I play a lot. Have I been practicing? No. And I think we're all guilty of that. So it's trying to get in that habit of, like, you know what, let's put aside, 30 minutes, an hour of just pure practice. And one tip here, and I wish I could remember who told me this. A friend of mine was telling me this, and I thought that's so true. And he was saying a drummer friend of his, quite a cool, session guy, basically said to me, if you're practicing, you shouldn't sound good when you're practicing. You should sound bad. And what I'm getting from that, and why I think that's so true, is that, if we just sit down with our guitars and we start just playing what we already know, that isn't practicing. That's just playing the guitar. But if you're sitting there trying to do stuff what you can't do and it sounds bad, that's good, because now we're learning new stuff. You know what I mean? So having that in my kind of mental, headspace, that, if I'm practicing the guitar, it should sound bad, is actually a really healthy thing to think. Because, as a developing musician, and guitar player, and it's so true, because otherwise, if it's sounding good to my ears or to someone else's ears, that means I'm not practicing. I'm just playing what I already know. But if you're properly practicing, it should sound bad. That could be the title of this video, or a video going forward. If you're practicing, it should sound bad. So bear that in mind, kids. That's a good thing to think, and hopefully you're understanding what I mean by that. So new music, trying to practice more. I have been, in the midst of trying to, with weddings and moving and all that kind of stuff, started putting money aside because I really want to get a Martin guitar, a good Martin acoustic guitar. I can't remember if I've said this on camera or not before, but my favourite, and I think still to this day, 30 years nearly later, actually it is 30 years later, but my favourite acoustic guitar tone caught on tape is Eric Clapton's Unplugged album. It's just such a great acoustic guitar tone, followed very closely by anything what Tommy Emmanuel does. But I love that sound, and you know, he's playing a Martin, and a lot of my favourite acoustic sounds are Martins, and I've played quite a few Martins in my time, and I haven't always liked them because I don't like the V neck. I like a more of a rounded neck, you know, a C shape, I guess it would be classed as. But I remember playing my mate Rob, who you may have seen he plays in my own original band, solo band. If you saw me, actually a good video to check out is when I played at Jimi Hendrix Flat. That was a good day. I'll put a card up here. And Rob had, I believe he had just bought an OM, a Martin OM model. I think he got it second hand, I think. But I remember playing that and I was like, oh my goodness, this sounds amazing. And, you know, I love my old girl here. She's always next to me, my old Taylor. She's always here. And she's getting worn out big time by the day, I think, you know. But I remember, you know, playing that after playing his Martin and playing my Taylor, and I love my Taylor, but it just sounded so thin. Oh, I was like, so that was, when was that? That was, Lord, 4 years ago at least, I think now. So I've started putting a little bit of money. It may take me a year or so to get there, because Martins are not cheap. But yeah, you know, let's see how this time next year I get to regarding, you know, finances and stuff. But I would really like a good Martin, maybe an OM or 0042. I don't know. I want to save up enough and then rather just play loads and see what I like. Maybe I don't like any. Maybe Martin isn't for me, you know. But I love the sound of a good Martin. So if you've got a Martin acoustic, please let me know in the comment section below what you recommend and give me some models to check out for so I can look back and make a note of them. If any Martin acoustic guitar connoisseurs are out there, I would appreciate it. So yeah, because I'm not really, at the moment, I'm not really wanting much gear wise. You know, we were like, oh, what? No, I often get messages, oh, what guitar do you want to get, Mike? You know, and I think with electric guitars, at the moment, I'm all right. You know, I love my Strats I've got. You know, obviously the Broadcaster has become my main guitar, certainly my main Strat as well, you know. So, and I've got my Tellys. I recently, if you remember seeing my old Fender Performer Strat, I recently put some Monty's Relic Wax. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen this on a story, but I put some Monty's Relic Wax on it and left it on there for 2 weeks. And went back to it, and the rosewood, the fingerboard now is so much darker. It looks so much cooler. So I put some thick strings on, I think like 10 to 56, 10.5 to 56, I think. Tuned it down to E flat, and I'm loving it at the moment. So if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen that. But I think I might actually change it so that the higher strings are more of 11. 10.5 still feels a bit skinny for me. But yeah, so I'm not really wanting any electric guitars. I'm really happy with my collection. Don't get it wrong, you know, we'll see what happens, you know. I'm sure more will come. We've all been down that road like, yeah, I don't want nothing, and then you see something, you know. But, you know, I really, like I say, this acoustic's great. It's a lovely acoustic. I love it. It's one of my dearest friends. And I've got my old Taki Mini acoustic, which I haven't actually touched in a long time. But I haven't got, you know, an acoustic to match, say, my Gibson 345 or my Broadcaster or my Telly, you know, which is on par with it, you know. So yeah, that we'll see what happens with that if I can get to the point where I can put enough money aside to get one. So we'll see. So new music, practicing properly again on the guitar, and maybe a Martin at some point. That's the at the moment. No, and also to create as good a content as I can for you lovely people watching. It's a funny world, YouTube, and but you know, there's some lovely people who really support me, and I every single message and comment and like I get really means the world, you know, and I don't take it for granted, you know, because there's a lot of content out there now, not just music, everything. You know, YouTube is very much different to when I started doing it seriously, like 5 years ago, whatever it was, you know. So, thank you to all of you for watching my stuff and hopefully liking it and learning from it. And anyone who's ever bought a t-shirt or bought my CDs or, you know, listened to my music and been on Spotify, not that I push it much, but I'm gonna start, and they put it in a playlist, all these little things, you know, bought lessons from my website and all that kind of stuff. It means so much. So thank you all very much for support. Talking about website, that's one other thing. I'm gonna start doing, I want some more courses gonna be coming up on there. One I've been meaning to, I started planning it months ago. I don't want to give it away, but I think it's going to be really, really good. So, yeah, I'm going to do a cool course coming up for lead guitar, but I would like to do a course as well on rhythm guitar because, again, a lot of time people think rhythm guitar and just think strumming some chords, but there's so much more than that. But I'm rambling and I don't like talking about myself too much, but, you know, it's my channel, what am I going to do? I hate it, you know. But more importantly, what are your goals? You know, do you have goals for, you know, the coming year? Are you happy with what you've done so far in 2021? Well, I say so far, you know, we ain't got much time left of it. But the most important thing, you know, is to be happy. It's hard to be happy fully at the moment. It's still very uncertain in these trying times, but you know, got your family, got your friends, and you got your guitar and music, you know, and just, you know, embrace them all. That's what I would say. But I think all that's left to say is I wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas and an amazing New Year, and I hope you all get very merry if you're of the legal age, and drink lots, eat lots, and enjoy all your prezzies. And if you're watching this just after Christmas, what did you get? Did you get a 335 underneath the tree? Did you get an old Strat or telly? If you've got a Martin, I want to come around. Anyway, guys, thanks for sticking with me in this kind of okay, I suppose goal video, I guess we can call it, you know. And I'll see you in the new year. I look forward to it. And yeah, like I say, I just can't wait to make the best content I can and continue getting better as a content creator, musician, guitar player, and I suppose more importantly as a person, because that's the most important thing, be a good person. Anyway, lots of love as always. Once again, Merry Christmas, and I'll see you in 2022. Jeez, take care. Mike Brady signing out. Bye.